Hey guys, welcome to 2025, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and has had a great start to the new year. I'm actually looking forward to 2025, and I'm kind of nervous about that because the last time that I was this excited for a new year and felt really confident about the new year and just looking forward to the change and just doing what God was calling me to do and everything like that, we had a pandemic. So hopefully, that was now 5 years ago, which is crazy. Hopefully, we will not have a repeat of that. And I can take this confidence and this good feeling about this year and embrace it for what it is. And hopefully, have it be one of the best years yet. I wanted to share with you some of my goals for this year. I go back and forth with setting goals for New Year's and stuff like that, but the past couple of months, I have really been feeling strongly in my spirit that God just wants me to walk differently next year and to embrace life differently and to embrace life more. And just, I feel like there is a huge transformation on the horizon. And so much of it is going to be about mind shift, and I'm excited for that. And so I want to walk in that calling. And every year I pick a word. Last year my word was intentional. And all in all, I do feel like I was more intentional last year. I did not fully master it, that's for sure. But I was definitely trying to be more intentional last year. There were struggles last year, and we worked on trying to release those and get into better headspace. I just wanted to share with you guys some of my goals for 2025, and I have them down in categories so that I can just kind of run through them really quickly. So we have physically, financially, spiritually, YouTube goals, and personally. Physically, we are refocusing on losing weight, which those videos will start being posted next week. And we're going to do it this year. Like, this is the year. I have a different drive this year. I always say when it comes to a lot of things in life, if you don't have the desire to do it, even if you know that you should do it or you shouldn't do it, if you don't truly have the inner desire to make those changes, it's not going to matter. There's not going to be enough drive in you to continue going with it. And this year, my desire and my drive is different. So I feel like we'll be more successful with everything that we're doing. I can't remember if I said it, but my word this year was transformation. Last year was intentional, and this year is transformation. So last year we started trying to be intentional so that we could start creating those habits. And this year we'll continue to be intentional so that we can have more transformation. So losing weight. Mentally be in a better place. Now I'm still walking the line of going to therapy. It may be something that I do this year and it may not. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I do feel like it would be beneficial. Not sure if I'm ready for it. Last year, I massively struggled with depression, especially the first part of the year and into the summer. And then I started kind of working on things differently and shifting things differently and could get out of that. I was on medicine for a little bit last year. I'm still on anxiety medicine now. But hopefully this year, those chains can be broken, we can be set free and be in a great place and in a great headspace. And I want to work on feeling more confident with myself this year. And so there's going to be some changes. I feel like I'm kind of plain Jane. I don't put forth much effort. And I don't want to like overdo it, but I just want to be more confident in myself. And I feel like being more confident in myself is also stepping out of my comfort zone. And so this year, I'm going to be challenging myself to step out of my comfort zone a lot and to try new things. And if something makes me fearful or anxious or whatever, try to break that. Try to say, you know what? I can do this. And I think it'll be fun to take you guys along on that journey, which I am. But you'll see that later in the year. I already have things brewing up here because we have so much desire and so much drive this year. Financially, we're going to work off paying off debt. Anything from loans to credit cards to things that are in collection, medical bills, whatever. If I could wipe all that off this year, that would be amazing. Really, for the debt updates, they'll kind of be posted in the Spark videos or whatever. I may do a beginning of the month video that will kind of recap Spark a little bit and kind of let you know what went into debt this month, what got paid off, and kind of where we're at. I'm going to do some saving challenges this year, and I bought the 100 envelope savings challenge, and I'm looking forward to doing this. I've already started it. It comes in and it has a number, a little pocket for each number 1 through 100, and whatever the number is, that is the amount you put in there. And when you're done, you will have saved a grand total of $5,050. So my goal is to complete this at least once this year. If I could do it twice, that would be great too, but let's not get too ambitious now. It has an envelope saving tracker so that you can mark which ones you've done. I've actually, so that I can just kind of reuse this over and over again. I have these number sheets that I use for various things, and it's number to 100. And so I just check it off and put the date that I filled that spot and go from there. And then I keep this. And then when I want to start over, I can pull out another sheet. So this is one of my goals. I also want to save for Christmas this year. I have a Christmas club account, so I want to maximize that. That actually gets, I think, 5% interest. From it pays out in October, so try to do that more this year and just get into like having an emergency fund and doing all that stuff as far as finances go. Also need to save for taxes and everything with doing Spark. Spark is a 1099 job, so we have to kind of do our taxes ourselves, so need to set aside money for that. And I want to invest this year. I want this to be the first year that I have invested. I have some stuff done through work, but I actually want to start doing it on my own and starting to build for retirement and thinking about that and just setting myself up differently and building that legacy and knowing what I want to leave to my family and what I don't want to leave to my family, which is debt. I don't want to leave that for my kids to have to take care of when I'm gone. So I want to tackle it now, build for the future so that I can leave a better legacy for my kids. Leaving a legacy is something that God has really put in my heart this past year, and what that looks like and how it looks and how it unfolds, and that it is deeper than just leaving money. It's about your actions and how you treat people and stuff, and how people remember you as part of your legacy as well. And so just trying to get into that and work on that. Now into the spiritual. I feel like the past couple of years, my faith just hasn't been as strong as it has been in the past. And last month, I felt God tell me, like, you need a 2016 revival again. Like, that's what you need. And I knew what he meant by that. And that is something so deep and so personal to me, and maybe I'll share it with you guys one day. But to give you a better understanding, I just want to dive deeper into my faith and get back into having that relationship with God, because I have strayed from that more than I care to admit. and I have such a deep longing to get it back. And so that's what we're going to work on. I've started doing it this past month, and we're going to continue with it into the new year, because for me personally, when I have that, it massively helps with my mental health. I want to get back into tithing. That's another thing that's going to go back up with the financial. It's just getting back into tithing. I used to tithe all the time, and I do feel like life went smoother and everything when I did it, because I guess you're just being more intentional with your money and being more mindful of what you're doing. I've kind of gotten away from it, and I feel like I've just fell down into a rabbit hole, and now I need to dig myself out of it. So I want to get back into tithing. I want to get back into going to church now, whether that is going to church physically here or attending church via Zoom at my friend's church who lives in another state. Hopefully one of the two, at least every other Sunday, but hopefully eventually every Sunday. Right now I work every other weekend, and that kind of makes it hard to go to church on Sundays. But the weekends that I'm off, I need to do better at going back to church. This year, it's going to be my third attempt, but it's going to be the year that I succeed. I'm going to do the Bible recap. So I've tried this 2 or 3 other years. Haven't made it very far, but I did it this morning, read Genesis 1 through 3. The Bible recap is great. You read the Bible in the entire year in chronological order. And then this book right here, there's a podcast, and you can listen to the podcast every day. The podcast isn't very long. It's anywhere from like 3 to 7 minutes, but each day it tells you what scripture that you're going to read. And you can see how many times I've done this, because different years or different colors or whatever. And each time I've started it, or each time, like this morning we did Genesis 1 through 3. And I swear each time I read Genesis 1 through 3, or really any part of the Bible, I get something different out of it. So yeah, so I'm excited about this. I'm excited about deep diving into the Bible and studying the Bible a little bit more. Personally, I want to be more social. I'm very antisocial, believe it or not. I know I get on here and things seem great, and it's so easy for me to talk to the camera when I get in the hang of it. But socially outside is a completely different story. Like, if I know you, then I can be social. But if not, I can be very shy. I can get very anxious. And a lot of times my anxiety and fear will take over to the point that I'll end up backing out of going to events or going to things or hanging out with people and everything. And so I just want to overcome that. I don't want fear to dictate my life. And I feel like we, as a society, have gotten to a point where fear dictates our life, and it holds us back because we get scared to do something and we don't do it. Now, I'm not talking fear that you have where somebody comes up to you and you get this gut feeling that something is way off and everything like that. I want you to be intuitive to that. I want you to take that discernment and run with it. There's so many times I've had that discernment, I didn't listen to it, and then I wish I did listen to it. But I'm not talking about that type of fear. That type of fear is good. But I'm just talking about the negative thoughts in your mind that hold you back. What the enemy says and does to just keep you in bondage and away from what God is calling you to. So we're breaking free. We're breaking those chains this year. We're getting out. We're going on hikes. We're doing things. We're being social. We're going to go to events. We're going to travel solo. We're going to have fun. And we're going to live life. I want to read more. I set a goal for 30 books this year. Now, typically I'm not a reader. I have a huge desire to be a reader, but I am not a reader. And I'm hoping that this year I can kind of get into reading and figure out what genres I like and everything. And we'll probably rotate books from something that's kind of self-help or educational to something that's good read. I don't know. I like true crime, but I also like inspiration. There's probably a part of me that loves romance too. I don't know. we're going to figure it out. We're going to read. And I'm starting out with The Psychology of Money, because this year, again, is transformation. And we're changing this mindset, especially when it comes to money, because we've made some bad decisions and we gotta fix it. And so Psychology of Money is going to be the first book. I'm not sure if I'll recap books that I read or anything like that. If you guys want that, let me know. Maybe it could be a monthly video, but not like anything weekly, just monthly. Like, hey, this is what I read this month. This is what I've thought. Do I recommend it? Or whatever. So if you want to see that on this channel, let me know. Number 3 is shaking up the comfort zone. Getting out there, doing more of this. Gets back to being social, shaking up the comfort zone. I know that God's calling me out of my comfort zone this year. Massively. And there's going to be big changes this year. I, right now, have 2 kids that live at home. One is 21, one is 17, but my 17-year-old is getting ready to turn 18 in February, and he's going to go to college in August. And my oldest son might move out again, and I might be an empty nester. And what is that? What is my life in that season? So we're going to have fun this year, and we're going to embrace change, and it's going to be me and little Finn this year. Me and little Finn. You know, we're going to be empty nesting and embracing life and making changes and doing fun things, and life's going to shift to where it's just me and little Finn. So, yeah. It's going to be life with Finn. He's my little buddy, though. He's a mess, but he's my buddy. But we're going to have fun. Finn and I are going to embrace this year and travel. He's 1. I'm 42. And yeah. I like to call my years chapters. And this is chapter 42. And it's one that we're going to embrace and have fun and discover who I am. Because I've been a mom for so long. I became a mom at the age of 20. It's just what I've been doing, and I don't regret that, and I love that. But we're entering a new season this year. And last but not least, one thing that is personally changing in my life is my job. Now, whether things finally work out and align for me to go to second shift, because I currently work third shift, for me to go to second shift, or whether I end up just quitting my job and starting new somewhere else, or starting a new career, or whatever it is, there will be change in my job this year, because working third shift is taking a toll on my body that I can no longer afford for it to take. And I've tried to be patient with this. This conversation happened in April of 2024 of me switching. It is currently January of 2025, and I am still on night shift, because I don't necessarily want to leave where I work. And they've been trying and things haven't worked out. And maybe that's my sign that maybe it's not supposed to work out. Maybe I'm supposed to leave. And part of me feels that. But then there's the whole unknown in that too. And so we'll see how it goes. But that is one thing that is definitely going to change this year, is something with my job. So whether it changes and I stay, whether it changes and I go, there's going to be change. Right now, it's looking like March or April is when I should come off a night shift. I don't know if I have it in me to stay that long. I really honestly don't. But I'm going to try to give it my all and try to stay there. But I feel like come March 1st, we're going to make some changes. And that's another reason that I'm trying so hard to focus on my debt and get my debt paid off and everything, so that if I do decide to leave, I am in a better situation to do that. I have backup things. I'm not leaving, going out into the unknown and with nothing lined up. There's stuff lined up. But there's obstacles in that right now, the reason I haven't left already. But those things will start to transition and work themselves out. So there will be changes with the job, whether it's I go to second shift or I leave, whatever. That is going to be a huge change this year. And last, let's talk YouTube goals, because we have to have them out here. I'm hoping this year that I can get monetized on YouTube. I used to be monetized on YouTube, and then YouTube changed their monetization and I lost it, and been trying to get it back. but I haven't been consistent. And so this year, that's another goal, is to be consistent with the content that I'm posting. So I'm gonna come up with a schedule. I have an idea of a schedule, and I'll share that with you guys. And I would love to hit 5,000 subscribers. I hit 2,000 last year, and that was mind-blowing and amazing, and I never thought that I would hit that, and I thank you for that. I plateaued for the longest time, but we're here. We're in a new season and everything, and I know it's a hefty goal to see if we can get 3,000 new subscribers this year to bring us to 5,000, but I'm gonna put it out there and say I hope that we can. As far as content this year, I'm gonna continue with the Spark videos, because that is gonna be what we're using to focus on paying off debt, trying to get a new car, and just saving up and doing fun things and everything like that. And so I'm gonna try to post Spark videos twice a week. On Tuesdays and Saturdays will be Spark videos. On Wednesdays, I'm gonna do weight loss videos. And then on Fridays, eventually, give me a little bit, probably in February or March, I'm gonna start a new series of family favorites. And that is gonna bring back the cooking of this channel, which is Kel's Kitchen, the name of the channel. I'm working on a project for my boys and my family. They have, there's so many things that I cook that they love, and they wanted me to make a recipe book. And in this recipe book, I want to put pictures and everything. So I'm gonna have to make things. So I thought it would be cool to also not only create a paper book for them, a physical book for them, but to also create a video format of pretty much all the recipes and share them with you guys, but also give them that to look at if there is something in the instruction that they're confused about or anything like that. And so I'll probably end up giving it to some of my family as well who like to cook, and who knows, maybe I'll print extras and give some away or sell some or whatever. But it's going to be a project. It's going to take me all year to work on it and to make it happen, but I am determined to make it happen by Christmas. I'm still going to continue with the Sharp Shopper videos. They will be on Sundays, and I think Sundays are kind of just going to be like a free upload day. I'll have my tonsillectomy video coming up on a Sunday. We'll have Sharp Shoppers on Sundays. We'll have just random things on Sundays, I guess. Any other random video. I want to do a house tour, so maybe that'll be a Sunday. So I do have some video ideas that I would like to do this year that will probably be posted on Sundays. And then I kind of want to get into my faith a little bit here. So maybe once a week or once every other week or once a month or something, I'm gonna share something. It'll probably be a short video, 7 minutes or less, if that. Just share something that God has really placed on my heart to share, and just to share that side of faith with you. Yeah, I feel really called to do that, and so I want to walk in obedience and share some of that with you. So hopefully you saw a little sneak peek of it today in today's video. Last but not least, I wore this shirt. I hope you guys can see it. I felt like it was fitting for today. This year I started following this person, Cass. I'll see if I can find her channel. She does different challenges and stuff, and I follow her on Instagram and I follow her on YouTube. And they rode in, her and her best friend rode in toy cars 500 miles. They were trying to set a Guinness World Record, but they ultimately ended up, Guinness wanted money from them, so they had to restructure that and cancel the Guinness World Record, but they still continued with the challenge, and I love that, and I found that to be inspiring. And so they were selling shirts and stickers, and I bought a sticker too, and their quote was, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And I feel like that's kind of going to be my motto for this year. It's always going to seem like it's impossible until it's done, and to help keep me focused and to know, like, we can get this done. We're having this transformation and it's gonna feel impossible, but we can totally do it. And so even though they felt defeated in the moment and they had issues along the way and stuff, they didn't give up. They stayed focused and they kept going. And even when they realized they weren't going to end up getting the Guinness Book of World Records for driving the furthest in a toy car and all this other stuff, they stayed focused on the drive. And I want to stay focused on the drive this year. I want you to stay focused on your drive this year, even when life throws obstacles and curveballs and everything else, and you feel like that the enemy is attacking you. Stay with it. Move forward and keep going, because in the end, you're going to be glad that you did. You're only going to look back and regret if you didn't finish and think about what if or what would have. If you feel something in your spirit and you feel like God is calling you to do something or to change something or whatever, do it and have fun with it, and know that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, and that's okay, but you can do it. I'm looking forward to 2025 and everything that it holds. I'm looking forward to chapter 42 of my life. I turned 42 last month, and I think it's going to be a fun ride. I think it's going to be life-changing, but I think it's going to be good. And I'm glad to take you guys along for the ride. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know some of your goals for 2025 down in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And if you didn't set any goals, that's perfectly fine too. Don't feel the pressure to do that. But so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys 2025. And I hope that as I recognize growth, you guys see growth too. And here's to paying off debt, losing weight, getting healthy, and living life, and just embracing it. And remember, it always seems impossible until it's done. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.